Competitive drives are here, and by the time you're seeing this video, they will be gone, at least for this season. But I have played a lot of ranked in this amount of time. I've filming this on Saturday, so it's not actually done yet, but I wanted to talk about the drive systems and what I like about them and what is a little more confusing about their implementation, and we'll go into the game afterwards. But I want to go through the blog that they posted just to talk about what the drives are. So the drives are only for a weekend. It's Friday through Monday morning, so Friday through Sunday basically. And you're going to be earning score for your drives, and basically how it works is that you earn more score than you lose. So it's not just about where your rank is or anything like that. It's just if you're positive, and honestly, if you're even, you'll probably keep getting more and more rewards. There's more progression levels that once you hit a progression level, you can't go past that. So you're kind of like capped there. So you're not like, oh, I got up to 1200 and then I went a hard loss streak and went all the way back down to 0 and I have to build up to 1700. It doesn't work like that. You'll get stuck. If I get 1200 points, it'll only ever put me down to 1200. But basically, yeah, that's the easy way to do it. It's everybody has something to work towards. And we talked about how it earns them. Basically, it just multiplies the amount of percent that you gained, and then it'll have that when you lose it. And then, yeah, that's it. Then you get the actual rewards. We're going to talk about how they look in-game when I swap over to the game, but right now, just know it's a couple competitive points and a signature. I think this is fine. I actually do like how they break it up with competitive points, although I wish there were better options for us to spend competitive points on, but, you know, I think it's okay. I think it's fine. It's a big chunk of competitive points, too, so, you know, you'll be playing games, winning games, to rank up, so you'll be getting competitive points while you're doing it. Some people are going to have to play a lot of games depending on how well it goes for you. So this can be a really good way to rack up competitive points near the end of the season, since they don't really give them to you like they used to depending on your rank. So everyone gets in, everyone can get a large chunk of them, probably good. Signatures, again, we'll get to once we see them in game. This is something that's a little weird, that over the next 3 seasons, so 6 months, half a year basically, probably every rank reset, there will be a new drive to participate in. The drives happen once at the end of every season, and then once that happens, on the next drive, the prestige, everything will prestige, and you'll be able to go up to tier 2, and then for the next one, you'll be able to go to tier 3. It's a little confusing. I don't know if it's like you have to complete the drive, get this amount, and then it will prestige on the next one, or I don't really understand that. Or will just everyone prestige? Everyone will get that. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see eventually. Maybe it's that it'll go away, and once you get a new one, it'll just throw the 2 on it. I don't really know how that's going to work. But yeah, that is kind of how it works. That is the theory, right? That is the theory about his. But I've played this, and we are going to swap into Overwatch here, and we're going to look about how it actually is. Now, you can't see it at the current moment because I have my spooky Halloween thing up. But if I go to my thing here, you can see right there, the signature is on, and they look a little out of place. I think particularly because the edges are not rounded for whatever reason right here. So it just cuts off. And so when you have a bunch of people loading into a match, especially competitive, you can see everybody's stuff. It looks really awkward. It looks really strange when all of these, like, what's it called? All these just kind of cut off at random points. It doesn't look great. And also the color gradient, like, if I want this to look good, you know, my banner and everything, which you can't really see very well, but if I want my banner to look good, I'm going to have to change it to stuff that matches the red color. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, if you don't like it so much, why do you have it equipped? You cannot unequip these. You cannot equip these. It just puts it on your profile, and that is it, and it is here forever. Until the next one, it goes away. I do not understand this decision. I think it looks kind of ugly. and it just looks super out of place with the things I have right now. Why am I forced into using it? It really doesn't make any sense to me. I am just kind of baffled at that decision, right? It's a cosmetic. I should be able to choose if I want it or not. That's kind of the whole point of them, isn't it? If I don't like how this looks, I don't want to use it. You know, I don't use weapon charms. I think they're dumb. I don't use souvenirs. They're even dumber. I don't want to use this. If it looked good, if it was a nice one that looked good, I'd want to. But for the current moment, I don't want to use this. And in fact, before I actually break it down, I want to see what it looks like. If I add a custom game, yeah, it shows up in custom games too. This looks a little better since it's not showing my background at all. But still, like, I don't know, again, it's really jarring when it just cuts off like that. I don't think it looks very good. But okay, I'm hopping in real quick here. It is Monday after the drive is over, and I want to point out that you may see at the top right here, my signature is gone. Just completely gone. I don't know what's happened. I don't know why it's like this. Basically, everybody else, their signatures are gone too, unless I think they got all the way up to the biggest one. Otherwise, they're already gone. I thought they were going to be here until the next drive series. Turns out that actually isn't the case. I don't know if this is a glitch. I don't know if this was intended or not. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but here we are. So apparently, as of recording this, of time this video is posted, the signatures go away if you did not make it all the way up. I'm going to guess it is a glitch. That doesn't seem right to me, but if it isn't a glitch, if this is supposed to be the case, that is a extremely bizarre choice. I do not understand it. I will not understand it. So anyways, I just wanted to throw this in here real quick because I felt like the video would be incomplete if I didn't. Okay, thank you. Welcome back. You should subscribe to. I'm thinking about it right now. Okay, bye-bye. All right, we'll go ahead and I'll show you just real quick here this part, the drive score system. You can see it. You can see what your thing is. I'm at 770. I went a pretty bad loss streak earlier today. I'm not doing so hot during this drive, so I'm not expecting to get very high up. But the one thing about this menu is that it only shows you this progression when you're queuing up for the game. If I'm in a queue, this is the only thing that shows, and I can't see anywhere where my progression is. Why can I not just click this and see it? Right? You see, like, I can click the bar in here and see, like, the whole big thing. I feel like if instead of making this bar filled out, just, what's it called? I don't know, just make this the actual progress bar so I can click this and then see where I actually am. And then you get to see the preview and all of that stuff and all that good stuff that they'll have as well. But that to me doesn't quite make a lot of sense. I think it was just kind of rushed in here just to put it out. But yeah, not executed extremely well on the game client side. The other thing that I do want to talk about with these is that I was wrong, at least a little, about what these drives were doing. I think, as we all know, the end of season games are pretty bad. Let's admit it. End of season games can feel pretty bad. People aren't trying. People are just trying to get their games in so that they get their titles and all that stuff. And I think drives were supposed to be a way to combat that end of season fatigue with ranked and feeling not very good. The problem is that it's only available for 3 days on the weekend before the season ends. It doesn't really do what I at least thought it was going to do. And I thought it'd be a great idea. It's like, oh, big, lots of competitive points, a new cosmetic that goes away, which is something we'll talk about, but a new cosmetic to get. It'll get people wanting to play, wanting to win, wanting to play their best at all times at the end of the season, and it doesn't. I think the games right now are playing pretty well, but I guarantee you next week, games are going to feel worse. Definitely, I don't know if like worse overall, but they're definitely going to feel way worse than they do this week, and I just don't think that they did the right call. I think if you want to have an end of season drive like this, it should be longer. I think this weekend through the week, maybe just like 2 weekends back to back, this weekend through the end of season. Like the last 2 weeks of the season, last week and a half of the season, that sounds perfect. It gives you a lot of time. It gives people who can't play on a weekend or play at those exact times a reason to be able to play the game. I feel like it's a huge missed opportunity. I'm going to voice it now that I would like to see that, because I think it's something that they can fix for next time. I think they could extend the amount of time that the drive is here. But as of right now, the implementation of the drive system is extremely underwhelming. There's a lot of features that are just not here that really need to be, in my opinion. That is kind of it when it comes to these things. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. Before I end, these go away. When the next actual drive comes, and I actually don't know if that means the next time, next season when it's part of the same thing of drives. I don't know. These will go away. What is the point? Why would I care to get these when they kind of look ugly and I can't unequip them and they'll go away? What is the point? Why? What is incentivizing me to get this? Because honestly, the better incentive to me are the competitive points. That is a golden gun in a weekend. That is a jade gun in a weekend. That's actually way better. That's a much better incentive to play because it's a permanent reward. Signatures not being permanent just really don't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know. I am not exactly sure why that call was made. I have a feeling that they're going to change it in the future, I think. Obviously not now. They don't have enough time to develop it for the weekend. But like I have a feeling that it's going to be changed for the future. But that is kind of it. That's kind of what I think about drives. It's a good idea. It is a good idea. The execution is just not there yet. I would love to see them iterate on the system. Maybe make it a little longer during the season. Something to work for. But yeah, I do like the time limit, the time crunch, because it gets people in and playing. If it were over the whole season, it wouldn't really have the same oomph. But it really is too short. It needs to be longer. It needs to be at the end of the season. That's what I think. I want to know what you guys think. But before you do that, you should subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for all the support I've been getting recently. I am almost at 1,000. I am really trying to push there before the end of October. I think I can do it. Thank you guys so much. And send me those comments. What do you think about drive systems? What do you think they should change? And what do you think is good about what it is now? Are you liking it? Have you had fun in comp? While you're at it, I do appreciate it. This was streamed live, twitch.tv/Lane Hemingway. That's going to be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is when I stream. Unless you're seeing it this week, I will not be streaming on Saturday. And then join my Discord if you want to talk Overwatch. Send me a replay code, send me a hot take, anything like that. The link is down below. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day.